Hey guys, it's Winterwolf and welcome back to my channel. Today we're making another home using cottage living. No surprise there. I think this is a limited pack build. I'm pretty sure this is only base game and cottage living, and it's limited in money too. It's not super cheap, but it's not, over 100k like most of my builds are. I believe this build is somewhere between 50 and 60k. So you should be able to download it for kind of like an upgraded starter. So this was my attempt at doing like a very traditional British home or English home. But to be entirely honest, I don't really know what that looks like. So I was kind of following what I saw other YouTubers do. I followed some pictures I saw. Essentially, it's just a big rectangular box. And for that reason, I don't like this house that much because I like to do a little bit more intricate things with my exteriors. But this is what I saw, so I just assume that this is what the older houses looked like. If I'm wrong, let me know so that I can do a better job the next time I try to make one. But yeah, so I don't know if I particularly like this house just because it's not really my style, But it was fun to try to do. I just feel like it looks so plain. For like a Sims house. Like in real life, this would be like a cute house. But in The Sims, I feel like it looks so plain that I'm not sure if I'm a big fan of it or not. I'm just not sure. It also has kind of a modern extension. Modern-ish, I should say. Because it still blends very nicely with the house. But it's an extension. It's got big windows. It still uses the same brick, but different color, so it's black brick this time, because I was like, well, maybe if it's a newer extension, then maybe they don't have the same brick color that they used to have or something. So this has black brick and these really big windows that I end up getting rid of some of them because I felt like that was too many windows. But that turns out to be a dining space because there's not that much space for a dining area in this house. So I was like, if they've got a family, maybe they decide they need an extension to have like a dining area so their family can actually eat at. Originally it was going to be like a modern living room with an actual TV, because I was going to do like a traditional sitting area and then more modern one with an actual TV and like living, and the kids can hang out there and that kind of stuff. But because I couldn't fit a dining room, I was like, you know what, we got that extension there for a reason. Might as well use it to make a dining room, because it'd be kind of weird to have an extension and then not have a dining room there. So I was like, whatever, we'll just put the dining room there. Easy to say. This floor plan confused me endlessly. You'll see me struggle with it a lot to just try to like fit things in here. And it actually has one of those like staircases, I don't know why I'm saying balcony, but like it's like open to the downstairs, the little hallway area. So that's pretty cool. I don't do that super often because, to be entirely honest, I don't know, I always have weird things go on with it. So yeah, but this time I did it and it worked just fine. So you've got a cool little open space in the hallway that just leads directly above it. Nothing interesting to see, but it's there. And yeah, the windows on the side are really confusing. Just don't even look at them, okay? If you download this build, the only cute-ish part of the house is the front. The side windows are only placed where there would be best inside the house, which is pretty common. I mean, people don't build the house to make the outside look good. They build it to make the inside look nice. So of course the windows are in places where they would be most useful inside the house. But yeah, so just don't look at the side. Usually I do a pretty good job of making my windows look good both from the outside and the inside, but this time it was just not happening. So I was like, fuck it, it's fine. I did not mean to swear, but that's okay. Yeah, so we end up doing the same wallpaper. Once again, I feel like a lot of the houses just kind of look similar at this point in terms of the interior, because there's not that much like variation in the pack itself. Like there's a lot of cute items, but when you're limited to just doing base game and this, I keep feeling the need to like use the actual items that came with this pack. So it's a lot of like the same bed, same wardrobe, a lot of the same stuff that we've already seen a few different times. So yeah, that's like the only downside to this being an only base game and cottage living home. I do use some brick accents in the house just because I was like, why not? It looks nice. So yeah, the whole entire staircase is basically brick. There's a brick accent in the kids' bedroom. This is a 2-1.5 bathroom house. And it has sort of like, I think they're called Jack and Jill bathrooms. The ones where like the there's two doors connecting to two different areas. So like in this case, given the weird floor plan, the kid has access to an ensuite and the parents have the access to the same ensuite. So it's not a hallway bathroom. It's just directly connected to both their bedrooms. So when you use it, you'd have to like lock both doors and remember to unlock both doors as well. That's the idea behind that. I don't know if that's very common in England, or any sort of like older British home, but that's just what happened with the floor plan. It had nothing to do with it being a British house. It just had to do with the fact that I wanted the bedrooms to be big and not have a skinny one tile wide hallway. So I was like, whatever, we'll just put a weird Jack Jill bathroom, which I never do. So at least I'm experimenting. I had put these bookshelves up there to hold up the spaces so I could move objects to put stuff on this actual shelf, but I forgot to get rid of them. So if you download this build on the gallery, it will have those bookshelves poking into the next level. Just delete them. They're not meant to be there. I just forgot to get rid of them amidst all of the work that I was doing, so just pretend like they're not there. And in this house, I did use the couch that came with this pack. Like I said, I'm not a huge fan of this couch. Like, it's cute and all, but I don't like it. So I did use it in this one, though, because it fit nicely, and I wanted something that kind of looked a little bit more older and traditional. And I didn't want to use like the super fancy base game ones. Usually I use the ones, I think Cats and Dogs has some really nice older looking furniture pieces. I'm not sure what else I use, but I didn't want to use, there was one more that I used. It's unlockable. It's from base game, and I use that one a lot, so I didn't want to use it in this house. And I want something colorful to match the walls, so this kind of just seemed like the best option because it was the only one that really matched with the rest of this wallpaper and the house. So it's like, of course it does. It's from the pack, so I just ended up using it anyways. So yeah, today I'm going to be recording my first episode of the LP that I'm going to be doing. I'm going to see if I can do a prelude type of thing. So the first video, I don't think it'll be an actual like let's play. It'll be more like an introduction to the let's play. So I'm going to give my Sims some back. This is my hope, it depends on if I can get, because I'm not very good at doing like the whole stories in video type thing. A lot of really cool Sims YouTubers have done those things where they like make stories out of their Sims, and it's so flawless. It looks like a real movie, but I just cannot. I don't think I can do that, especially because some of them use mods. I don't use mods. Well, I do use mods, but I'm too lazy to download my mods right now and get that all set up. So we're just going to do the best we can with setting up a backline without mods. And if that fails, then we're just going to jump straight into the LP, and you guys will learn the backstory as we go on forward. But I really want to do this prelude because it's such a cute idea. I just don't know if I'll pull it off. So if I pull it off, then you'll get to see a prelude in the next few days, probably in like 2 or 3 days from today, which is the 27th for you guys, or you'll just see the first LP come out, which will also come out in 2 to 3 days. So yeah, that's the plan for the content. I'm also going to continue doing builds. I want to make, I don't know what to make. Maybe I should like do a renovation of the bar or something. I feel weird renovating builds because these builds are made by content creators that are really good at building. Like, these are not EA typical builds. These are good builds made by actual Sims players who know how to build in the Sims. So I feel weird trying to like mimic or edit it. One, because like it's weird to edit some other YouTube's build. So I don't know. Weird. I don't know. But then also, like, how do you upgrade something that already looks good? It's easy to upgrade something that's made when it's made from EA because they're all ugly. But this I can't upgrade. That's difficult. So yeah, we're going to have to figure out what to do because I need to get another build up for Thursday, and I want to get this LP going on Friday. But I am so busy because doing streaming and doing this, or trying to post more than just 2 times a week, is so incredibly difficult because I stream anywhere. I think usually I start streaming around like 9:30, sometimes 10 or 10:30 if I'm like late, but 9:30 seems to be the time that I start doing live streams. So like I stream from that till 2 a.m. and then I go to bed and I wake up at 9. So like it's not that much time in the day to do this, and then I have my own like personal work outside of YouTube, obviously. So it's not that much time, you know? I really want to fit this stuff in though, so I'm like trying super hard to get this in. It's just the filming. The filming is so tedious. Like editing the video itself only takes anywhere between like, it depends on how much I edit it. Like it can take anywhere from like 10 minutes to an hour. But then for like filming and actually building in The Sims, that is what takes time. This one itself only took about 3 hours because it's so simple. But the other 2 builds you just saw took 5 hours. Partially because I think I streamed them. But, well, one of them I streamed. The other one I did not, though. So I don't know why that one took so long. And then for the LPs, the Let's Plays, those, I think the editing is more gruesome because I have to actually like sit and listen to myself talk, and I have to adjust audio, and I have to make sure that I'm always speaking at every given second of the moment, and then somehow adding something funny into it, or, you know, editing it so it actually looks funny or something, I don't know, interesting, whatever phrase you'd like to use. Like in the 1LP of my Dream Home Decorator, I like did the sad music montage and made it black and white because this Sim was really angry at me. So, you know, things like that take time for LPs, especially just having to listen to all the footage, because you can be recording for 3 hours or like 5 hours sometimes, but you only need 20 minutes of footage. So you're going to be spending a lot of time sitting and cutting down footage to get what you want. It just takes time, especially when you're not like a fancy actual video editor. You're just like self-taught video. I think a lot of video editors are self-taught though. Like that's not something you need to like go to school for or take a class in or anything. It's very easy to just like learn it on your own. That's the really great thing. I highly suggest that anyone who's even semi-interested in things like with computer, I suggest that people always learn programming, at least one program, something like Python or C++ might be good. C++ could be a little bit more confusing, but Python is really useful. If you're going to go into engineering, MATLAB is always really useful. But anyways, I always suggest people learn some sort of programming. I think Python is the simplest because it's most broadly used and it's just like a basic one to learn. And then doing some sort of graphic design, learning how to do graphic design is always really useful. And then learning how to edit videos is really useful. Just like even knowing the basics is really helpful, because then I feel like there's just like endless possibilities with that kind of stuff. Like you can, if you ever start your own business or you're working for a business or something, you can like make your own logos, you make your own, whatever you need, basically you can do on your own. You don't need to like hire someone to do it. And then also, if you ever like are having issues getting a job, you can always work freelance as a programmer or a graphic designer or a video editor, because there's always people who need that kind of stuff. It's just something that there's, you know, a market for it. So it's useful to know those skills on your own, because one, if you do start your own business ever, then you'll know what you need as a startup. You won't have to worry about all those costs. And two, you can get jobs if you aren't able to get jobs in your actual degree or whatever your specialty is. So I always suggest those are really good to learn. But yeah. So now that we're done listening to that rant, it's already end of July. Can you guys believe that? I bet some of y'all are going back to school, and it's just like, how did the time go away so quickly? I feel like summer just started, and I'm still dealing with like losing the stress of my last semester. Like it's not gone yet. I'm still dealing with it. So it's like, I can't believe that another semester is already starting. Although I have officially decided that I am going to be taking a semester off. My family has a startup business and I want to help them with that. So your girl's taking a semester off. Plus, I think I need a break. I've been online for the last 2 years. I think you guys have probably heard this like a billion times. I've been online for the last 2 years. I lost every single motivation I could possibly have for learning is like gone. Online engineering is not fun, and it's boring and difficult. So I'm taking a semester off because I don't want to go. But also another thing is that, of course, I mean, I know that this semester I think my university is going in person, But I want to see how that plays out on its own. Like, I don't want to be like the guinea pig for that. So I'm going to see how the university does on its own being in person, especially because there's the new Delta variant, and I'm sure more and more variants are going to come out. So I was like, I'll just wait this one out, see how it goes, and then I'll come back next semester. I think the timing all worked out because I was like, well, my family's doing a startup, I need a break, and also COVID's a thing. So like all three, I was like, you know what? This is just telling me that maybe I should just take the semester off because I really want to work with my family on their business and I really need a break. And it just kind of worked out that also maybe it's not the best time to be in person. So I was like, you know what? Fine, I'll take the break. So yeah, I'm going to be really curious. I think seeing the impact of COVID on education is going to be really interesting to look at. I know it's like, maybe that's not a nice thing to say because, you know, you would expect that maybe it's not going to be a good impact, but I'm just kind of curious, like, how much, like, social isolation, what it affects, honestly, and, like, how much of an effect you're going to see over time. Like, that I find interesting. Yeah. Anyways, let's get off the topic of COVID because I think we've heard it. I've, like, muted every single word on Twitter having to do with COVID because I'm just so tired of hearing all the daunting news about it that I was like, if I want to know about it, I would look, you know, I don't need to hear it. So I've just like muted it because, you know, you need a break every once in a while from hearing all of this like sad stuff. I feel like it like weighs on you when you hear it all the time. So I was like, I'm going to take a break, just mute it all so I don't have to deal with it. But yeah, you know what I really wish, going back to the build, I really wish I had added vines like on the wall itself. I think that would have made this build look so much cuter, but I didn't because I forgot. Oh, that would have been so nice because this really is just two rectangular boxes. It would have looked nice to have some sort of, you know, something on the walls besides these ugly windows and the brick. So that would be nice. I also know that a lot of British homes tend to have siding, so they'll do like stone on the first floor and then siding on the second floor. But I just didn't do that because I didn't like the way it looked. Because I think usually when I think of brick, it's like it would be a smaller height than the amount on the top floor. But then I would have to do medium wall height. So I was like, you know, this house already looks big and boxy and boring. Getting medium wall height on the second floor was probably not going to be a very smart idea. So did not do that. But maybe the next build I do, if I do another one like this, I'll do that. I don't know what to build. I feel like maybe I should do a reno of the bar, but I don't know if that's what I want to do. Maybe I should just make like a really big farm. I haven't actually looked at the really big lots yet, like the super, super big lots. I've just been making a lot of tiny cottages. So maybe I should make like a really big lot with like a fancy farm. The only thing is that takes way more time, and today's Monday and I need that to be out on Thursday. So I think maybe I should do something a little bit easier, like a reno. But anyways, we're getting into screenshots. I hope you liked this video. As always, if you did, please give it a big thumbs up. If you like me, hit the subscribe button. And if you really like me and you notified every single time I post a video, go ahead and hit that bell button. I hope you guys are having a great day, and I will see you next time.